This is DJ Dr. Chris.
Hi guys, it's your favorite nurse practitioner Bree,
Today I'm going to be talking about vertigo.
and I'm going to be discussing muscle cramps that happens during pregnancy.
Oh, got a lot to say about that. And after that, we'll pop open a bottle and see what comes out. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, Bree. So, are you getting some cramping, I assume?
Yes, I was like, y'all are probably going to be sick of me by the end of this pregnancy, but I just want to expose everything that has been happening, the good, the bad, the ugly. So I had a few of these and then it went away, but then I turned 25 weeks on Sunday and
Nice.
they decided to come back. And muscle cramps, or AKA what I tell my patients at work, Charlie horses, are no fun in the middle of the night when all you want to do is turn over and get in a different position. You're already uncomfortable as is. These just make it worse. So what is a Charlie horse? So during pregnancy, this is according to the American Pregnancy Association, is americanpregnancy.org. During pregnancy, one of the most common discomforts experienced by half of all expecting mothers are muscle cramps. So they particularly happen in the lower extremity in the calves, and it's an involuntary contraction of a group of muscles or muscle that happens abruptly and most commonly experienced at night. Why at night? I don't know. I wish I knew because it's the worst time ever, I feel like. So symptoms. Muscle cramps and body aches during pregnancy may occur in any muscle or muscle group, but most commonly in the legs. The spasms that occur in the back or abdomen are also called muscle cramps. So don't think you're going into labor if you have a contraction in your or a spasm in your stomach. So it is pretty much usually sudden, sharp pain, involuntary contraction or tightening of the muscle. So what causes these cramps to happen during pregnancy? Overuse, carrying the extra weight from the pregnancy or exercise, dehydration, change in blood flow or circulation, lack of stretching before exercise or extensive use, nerve compression, lack of minerals like potassium, calcium, or magnesium. I'm trying to think. Yesterday, I did work out with my trainer and I had my compression socks on all day. But the other days I didn't. So I'm not sure what caused it for pretty much the entire week. It could be the lack of minerals. I will say that because my diet has been kind of funky this week. How to prevent muscle spasms while during pregnancy. Okay, drink lots of fluid, water mainly, and stay hydrated. Stretch your muscles well before exercise. Eat a well balanced meal, get enough nutrients and minerals that you need. Take prenatal vitamins that consist of calcium, potassium, magnesium. To avoid overdosing, do not take additional supplements without your doctor's consent. And then if you're eating foods that are high in potassium, such as kiwis, bananas, cantaloupe, that's a great way that you can get those nutrients in as well. And treating the muscle spasm, that is what I feel like everyone wants to know. I really don't care what is causing this. I just need to know how to make it go away in the middle of the night. It is massaging the area near the muscle group to give it relief, stretch the muscle, apply heat, take a warm Epsom salt bath, apply a cold ice pack to reduce the pain. With the ice or the heat, I think it's whatever you're more comfortable with. My thing is, in the middle of the night, you're not going to have a heating pad right beside your bed. You may, but most people don't, or ice, because then you have to go downstairs and get it. So stretching and massaging the area is great for temporary relief until you can actually walk, because that was my issue. Like I tried to stand up and stretch and fell. To actually get it to loosen up, and then you can apply the other two objects. And then if you have any other questions, there's always more information online, but that is what's been happening this week with me.
Okay, I got a couple pointers too. Well, first of all, I know iron deficiency can cause cramping, and one thing that pregnant women become is typically very iron deficient. So
Well,
that's
see, the thing is, they draw that before. Like when you're pregnant, they do a blood work
uh-huh.
on you to make sure that your levels are okay.
Gotcha. Okay. So I would not ice a cramp. I think that's a bad idea. I know that's what advice online says, but it's probably going to make it worse. What I would do, honestly, would be keep a lacrosse ball like by your bed. And first of all, if you know what the muscle does, move it the other way. So the calf is usually the most common one. It's like stepping on the gas pedal. So if you lift your toes up towards your nose, that's going to reduce, well, it's going to put it on stretch. So then I would take that lacrosse ball and either with your hands press it really hard into your calf, or if you're on the floor, you can lay on the lacrosse ball on your calf muscle, then like pump your ankles. That's going to help a lot. That's kind of like self massage in a sense, but you're adding motion to it as well. And if you can figure out how to do a contract relax, it's even better. So contract relax means you take a muscle to its end range and then you hold it there and then you push against that resistance and then you relax and pull a little deeper. So for the calf, you could be, say you're sitting up in bed, you take a towel and you wrap it around your toes and pull your foot up towards your, basically opposite of stepping on the gas pedal, dorsiflexion. You pull it up and then you stay real firm with your hands, holding onto the towel, and then you gently push down on the towel with your foot and then hold it for a second or two and then relax and then pull deeper with the towel into a deeper stretch. Do like 5 or 6 times. That will usually take care of it. So
I feel like that's kind of like what they're saying, like to do that in the middle of the night. Like if it happens, like what I do usually is I do the stretches. Like if my foot is cramping, I don't just let it cramp. I try to go, like you said, whichever way that the cramp is not going to kind of help it kind of stretch it out and release itself. And then applying pressure to the muscle helps calm it down.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, if you know what muscle it is, you can always Google what is its function, and then you just do the opposite motion. So the hamstring, for example, if that cramps up, hamstring bends the knee. So if your hamstring starts to cramp, straighten your leg. That usually will take care of it.
I think the issue is like in the middle of the night. I don't think people are going to be thinking about that.
Okay. Here's another idea too: is you can use reciprocal inhibition. So that's the idea that muscles oppose each other. So I think everyone knows what a bicep does. It does a curling motion, whereas the tricep does the opposite, extends the elbow. So that they're opposite motions. So if you're turning your tricep on, your bicep kind of has to be off. So you could use the same principle. So say your hamstring is cramping, you could flex your quad because your quad will straighten out your knee. So that will also take away the cramp. So give that a shot. In the case of the calf, the opposite is the tib anterior. So you would it's like the front shin muscle. So you would just, actively pull your toes towards your nose using your shin muscle. So that'll work too.
So there's just a couple of tips, ladies. See if that will help.
All right.
Cool. So what's going on in the rehab corner?
In the rehab corner, I wanted to talk about vertigo. It's a very sort of specific topic in the physical therapy realm, something I don't think I've talked about yet in the podcast. So dizziness, common complaint. I'm sure you're experiencing some of that with pregnancy.
I'm not. Actually, I had it before pregnancy, which was weird.
Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of different causes of dizziness. For example, blood pressure dropping rapidly is a big one. Some iron deficiency can do that. There is Meniere's disease. There's something called BPPV. There's an neuroma, which is a type of tumor. Something called labyrinthitis, vestibular neuritis, endolymphic hydrops, superior canal dehiscence. I mean, the list goes on. So there's a lot of different types of dizziness. So when I assess dizziness, the first thing I have to do is find out, okay, without saying the word dizzy, describe it, because dizziness means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So the one I always hope to hear is it is room spinning dizziness, because that's the easiest one to treat. Because a lot of people will call being lightheaded feeling dizzy, or feeling off kilter or wobbly or seeing double. All these things people will just describe as dizzy. So first you have to figure out, okay, what is the type of dizziness? And then what I kind of want to focus on today, because it's such an easy treatment, is the BPPV. So that's short for benign paroxysmal positional vertigo. So that is room spinning dizziness. So if you're laying in bed and you roll to one side and you feel like you're drunk with the spins, it only lasts a minute or two. That is almost certainly BPPV. So what's going on there? So in your inner ear. And so your inner ear is separate from hearing. It's a different function. It's your vestibular function. You have these three canals on both sides, semicircular canals on both sides of your ears, and they help you orient where you are in space. Inside the canals is a fluid, and at the base of the canal are these little crystals, and these hair cells that are that are lodged from the crystal. So what happens is when you turn your head to one side, there's a drag on the fluid, and it puts a directional force into the hair cells, and it's like a push pull mechanism. So your right ear tells you one thing, and left ear tells the opposite, and that's what keeps you sort of balanced. What can happen, and we don't fully understand it, sometimes those crystals get knocked loose and they start to float around the canal. So that whole mechanism gets thrown way off, and it'll give you room spinning dizziness because you're getting basically faulty input. One ear is working, the other one's not. So there is a treatment for it. It's called the canalith repositioning treatment or Epley maneuver. So basically, what the whole goal is to roll the head in a certain way so that the crystals go back to where they belong, where they get reabsorbed. So, there are some things you can do. You can YouTube some stuff, but I don't recommend it because the problem is you have to know exactly which canal the crystals are loose in. You have to there's always like angles you have to understand to get them into the right position. The problem is that these three canals you have on one side, they have a common area. So you can, if you do it the wrong way, you can put those crystals into another canal, and now you have two problems. So I would not like try to do this stuff on your own. But the good news is that it usually takes one, sometimes two treatments with a physical therapist that knows how to do vertigo treatment, and it'll be gone that day.
I mean, vertigo, I see this a lot in the clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it is the crystals. I tell people, I was like, there are crystals in your inner ear. We just have to send you to physical therapy, or I send people to an ENT.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you can go the physical therapy route. You could go to an ENT. There are certain tests that can diagnose you. But I agree. One of my first questions when they say I'm dizzy, I'm like, is it like the room is spinning, or is it like you were spinning around and around? Because that's two different things as well. So I think physical therapy for dizziness is an excellent option first.
Mm-hmm.
If someone doesn't want to go to an ENT to have all these different tests ran on them.
Yeah, so this is what typically will happen too: is someone gets that room spinning dizziness and they freak out. I mean, it's terrible. I've never had it, but I've heard it described, and sometimes people actually vomit from it. So they'll go to the ER and they're given meclizine, which is just it just basically dampens the whole thing, makes you kind of feel lousy too. So just know, if you're going to go to physical therapy for this, don't take your meclizine because that's going to throw off our testing procedure. The other thing I kind of quickly wanted to mention too is there are some drugs that are considered ototoxic. So those crystals are technically called your otoliths. Or wait, calith? Otolith. Yeah, otolith, right? So there is some types of they're called ototoxic drugs, like the gentamicin, I think is the big one, that can actually damage those crystals and cause a different type of room spinning dizziness. So just know, Google ototoxic drugs, and you can see a whole list of them.
Yep, it's perfect. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of things that can cause, like I said, there's a lot of things, and you listed them in the beginning, that can cause dizziness.
Mm-hmm.
But usually we try to rule out the most simple forms first, and then you go into other more detailed treatments and why this is happening.
Yeah, and if anybody wants me to go into more depth on any other forms of dizziness, or if you want to describe your symptoms to me, just email me, chris@dynamicnaples.com. That'll be in the show notes.
Perfect.
So that's what I have for you.
All right. So, I mean, again, for another week, you get to drink. I'm drinking my water.
Well, cheers. Today, I'm going to open the Quilt Cabernet. I've heard this is really good. Let's try it.
I'm opening my Nestle Pure Life water.
This is delicious.
I bet it is.
Oh. I'll get you a bottle after you conceive.
15 more weeks.
Not conceive. Deliver. 15 weeks. That's exciting. Are you getting nervous at all?
No, not really.
No.
I just got to get some stuff hung. and her room ready.
Are you guys nesting? They painted the room and all that?
No, that didn't
No.
happen until like the third trimester, I think. I'm just trying to be comfortable at this point in time.
Nice. All right. So do you want to go over some restaurants?
Yeah. Tell me which
Okay.
restaurant you picked out this week.
I picked out, I'm surprised I haven't talked about this one. This was what I was calling my favorite restaurant in Naples for a long time. La Cuisine. Have you been there?
No, I've never heard of that.
It's Peruvian. It's down, there's a Lucky's Market on the trail. So it's kind of south towards Lely. It's a small place, but really like cozy atmosphere. These two women run it. They're super nice, awesome service, and just like some of the best ceviche I ever had. So La Cuisine. It's right next to that movie theater down there. It's really good.
Oh,
And
okay.
and I think I haven't been there since pandemic. So prior to pandemic, they were doing like a Groupon deal too, like a certain day of the week. It was like a pretty awesome discount.
Well, I'll check it out after the baby comes because I love ceviche, but I can't have it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I mean, they also have a lot of cooked dishes too. Their steak is fantastic. They do this thing. It's like a scallop with like garlic and butter and Parmesan cheese, and they serve it in the shell. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's cooked, so that's really good.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So maybe we will try it out. La Cuisine.
yeah, yeah. I think you'll love it.
So mine is one that as well, I'm surprised I hadn't talked about is on the podcast is a restaurant in Naples. Mike's family absolutely loves it. We go there almost once or twice a month, but it's called Amore Ristorante. It is off of Tamiami Trail North, down near so if you know where waterside shops are, there's a
Mhm.
public shopping center right beside that, is right in that shopping center. And it's an Italian restaurant. The food's amazing. I always get it's called zacchetti. It's like these little they're called like money bags. They look like money bags. So it's pasta filled with cheese. They always have, and then they have like a truffle sauce on top.
I love
I love
truffles.
truffles.
Yeah,
So that
yes.
is like one of my, and they have really good during the summer deals as well, because like, season is a little different. Season's different everywhere in Naples, but during the summer is when you need to hit up all the restaurants
Hmm.
because they do like buy one, get one free, or buy this two courses, get a bottle of wine.
Yeah, Fifth Avenue's like that. Like you go to these really nice restaurants and get like basically half off.
So I was like, that's when we're like really big foodies. If the
Hmm.
rain doesn't rain us out, we
Yeah,
go and try to like hit up all these restaurants. So check
yeah,
them out. They're really good, great service, great people. We love them, have the best time every time we go there. And you feel like you have like an authentic dining experience.
What's the name of the place again?
Amore Ristorante.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Yep, it's down there.
Isn't there another Italian restaurant there too? Is it
I think it's like
Bravo
Domenico.
or? Oh, okay. I'll definitely have to check it out.
It's
God, that,
unique.
speaking of the rain, it's been crazy lately. My
It's
yard is like a swamp.
ridiculous
Yeah.
in Naples this last 2 weeks. I'm just like, what happened?
Yeah, and the
Like, we had
lightning.
a picnic like the last weekend or the last day of May. It was like the weekend of Memorial Day weekend. We did something outside by the beach. It was gorgeous. Every day, no lie, every day since then, it has downpoured and it has been nasty and awful.
Yeah.
Today seems nice, but then we have a hurricane coming our way. So we will see what happens after that.
Yeah. So they're saying what, Tuesday it's gonna be rolling through?
Supposed to hit us on Tuesday. Yeah.
All right. Is it a cat one yet? Do you know?
Yeah. It's a hurricane now. It was tropical
Yeah.
storm yesterday. Now it's Cat 1. Her
Yeah.
name is
So
Elsa. So Elsa
Elsa.
has decided to make her appearance.
Mm.
First named hurricane of the season.
See, Disney has their influence in the hurricane naming system.
I
Um,
just think the child makes you watch it.
so I it's got a couple things working against it. So I always watch the European model. That one seems to be the most accurate. So the European model has it going over Hispaniola, which has got a lot of elevation. So that usually will cut up it's like kind of slices right through the hurricane. And then we also have that Saharan dust in the air, which soaks up a lot of moisture. So I'm not too worried yet, but you never know down here.
I was like, you never know. It's been
Yep.
so humid lately.
I know.
I'm not sure. And I always said that. I said, it has to hit a couple of places before it comes to us. And Cuba usually helps with that too. Like I feel bad for Cuba, but it's like they it usually hits Cuba and it may bounce off and go a different direction. So I was like, we're still early to, it's still too early to tell. I would not freak out. I would not go up and start stocking up water and stuff like that, even though I know half of y'all are. But just keep an eye on it and stay safe, people.
Yeah. Yep. Everyone freaks out. Gas lines the gas. The water goes away. Remember the toilet paper thing at the beginning of the pandemic? How weird was that?
Yeah, I never understood that, but I mean, we bought some toilet paper and we still have it. I hadn't bought toilet paper since.
Yeah, no, so we have a bidet, so we're like, we're all set.
Yeah, until the hurricane knocks your water out, and then you need toilet paper. But I'll give you a roll.
All right, I appreciate that. Okay, do you want some good news or you want to do some questions?
Let's do some questions and then we'll end with good news.
Okay. I'm ready for you, Bree. I feel good. I feel primed.
So, the Bay of Bengal is in which state?
It's not. It's a bay.
That's wrong, but that's very smart. I'm very proud of you. Maybe you need to drink some more.
The Bay of Bengal is in what state?
Yep. The Bay of Bengal is in which state?
It's in its current state.
No.
Bengal. Is this a trick question or just like a legit?
It's a trick question.
It is. Okay. Bay of Bengal. I mean, how can a bay be in a state? Okay. It's in which state? The Bay of Bengal. I don't know. What is it?
Can't you have bays in states?
There's a bay is like it's a water area. Yes. Yeah, that's what I said. It's a bay. It can't be in a state.
Yes, it can.
I can border the state.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's true. But the answer is liquid.
Okay. Got it. Yep. You got me. All right. What's up next?
A little girl kicks a soccer ball. It goes 10 feet and comes back to her. How is that possible?
She kicked it straight up in the air.
Yes, that one was too easy. I feel like we had one similar to that.
I think we've done something like that before.
Okay.
You could also say she's standing 10 feet away from a wall. She's kicked it, hit the wall. And
that is true too. Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to see this next one because I feel like I'm just going to say it anyway. How can you drop a raw egg into a concrete floor without it cracking?
You drop a raw egg onto a concrete floor. Just drop it like a millimeter high.
Okay, no.
Oh, okay.
How can you drop a raw egg onto a concrete floor without it cracking?
Put a pillow on the concrete floor.
Nope. But that's smart. But you drop it onto the floor.
Onto the floor. Okay. You hold it and you fall down to the floor.
I told you to drink just a little more. Not.
All right, hold on. That's gonna make my answers worse, not better. All right. Oh wait, I think I know. Crack it first, and then just drop the egg on. So it's already cracked, right? So it's
how
not gonna.
Can you drop a raw egg onto a concrete floor without cracking it?
Raw eggs don't crack. It's just the shell that does.
That's what I thought, but nope.
No,
you're focusing on the wrong thing.
I need to focus on the floor.
Yeah.
I give up.
You give up? Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. I got it. There's no problem. Just drop it. Like you're not gonna crack the concrete floor with an egg.
There you go. The egg won't crack the concrete floor.
Yes. All right, 3 for 3. Got him.
That's no.
I pretty much got the first one. I said in its current state. Its current state is liquid. So
No,
that's
you
kind
did
of,
not
I was
say
on the
that.
right path.
You did not. You
I'm
were on
giving
the
my,
right path.
I'm giving myself a 2.5. 2.5 out of
Okay.
3.
Huh?
2.5 out of 3.
2.5 out of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll give you that
All
this
right.
week.
All right. You ready for some good news?
I sure am.
All right. Let me pull this up here. Okay. Strangers track down writer who launched Message in a Bottle nearly a century ago. So back in 1926, a gentleman, what's his name? Primo was his last name, wrote a message in the bottle. The bottle said, will the person who finds this bottle return this paper to George Morrow, Sheboygan? Okay, that's his name, George Morrow, Sheboygan, Michigan, and tell where it was found. If there's a typo there, tell me or tell where it was found. So Jennifer Docker of the Knockle North family found, she's a scuba diver. She found it. She tracked down this family. Unfortunately, this gentleman passed away when he was 95, but she found the daughter of this gentleman who, and this is funny, who, quote, doesn't do Facebook and returned the message to her. And the kind of the cool thing about this was, well, first of all, the daughter like totally recognized the handwriting, was like, yeah, it's definitely my father. And this all happened on Father's Day. So that was kind of cute.
That is cute.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to find a message in a bottle.
Have you ever sent one out?
I want to say when I was little, before I knew it was littering.
Did you do that thing in like elementary school where you like write a letter and attach it to like a balloon full of hydrogen and just like send it off?
No, I don't think we did that either.
Oh.
We did time capsules. That was the thing to do.
But that's
So
when
I
you're
probably
supposed to
have a
like
bunch of
dig
shit
up.
buried somewhere, and I even don't know where I buried it because it's been so long.
Oh, really? That's hilarious. All right. Well, anything else you want to discuss, Bree?
Nope. I do want to say, like in the future, once I can drink again, I think it'd be cool to do a live podcast somewhere at a restaurant.
Yes, let's do that.
We can record it, and you can all experience Brienne getting drunk for the first time post pregnancy.
Yeah, we'll do it, and then we'll feature a restaurant. Maybe we'll even get a restaurant to kind of like give us like a private room, so it's not super loud or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do that. That sounds fun. And I'm thinking maybe I will do a whole series on Vertigo. So please send me an email if you have a particular question or something you want to hear about.
Perfect.
All right. Well, Bree, that does it for this episode. This is DJ Dr. Chris.
And it's your favorite nurse pregnant Bree. You'd think I was drinking with that statement. But
you want to try it again?
No.
All right. This is Poppin' Bottles. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.
Do you have unexplained pain? Or do you wonder just how healthy you are? When was the last time you had your blood tested? Blood chemistry analysis is a great way to stay ahead of any health conditions. And now you can have control of your health with Let's Get Checked. Let's Get Checked is an incredible company that sends blood tests to your home. You can choose from over 30 different tests, whether that's liver function, testosterone, micronutrient, cholesterol, or C-reactive protein, which is a marker for inflammation. It's sent to you with free shipping, and you get results in 2 to 5 days, no physician referral needed. Use the code DPT20 for 20% off. Go to letsgetchecked.com and use the code DPT20.